It's a fabulous event. We have over 1,000 people here. Academia, we have high school kids, businesses, we have 43 vendors here. That's pretty much all I would do.
What do you think so far about the whole event?
Oh, I think it's growing. I like it. I like to be a part of it every year.
Now tell me about your company, specifically you're shredding hard drives, primarily
Our primary business is recycling old computers, obsolete equipment, that doesn't work anymore, to make sure it doesn't go into landfills. 100% landfill-free recycling. We do hard drive shredding, we do paper shredding, but we mainly focus on computer recycling.
If a company wants to shred their hard drives, I guess they just give you a call and you
just call me. We'll arrange it. We can shred at their business site, or we can shred it at our business site, whichever they prefer.
You've been in law enforcement and security. Talk about how important it is to make sure you're recycling, but also being secure with how you're doing that.
Yeah, well, with identity theft on the rise now, it's very important. The hard drive that's in the computer contains people's information as far as social security numbers, their family's information. So thieves like to get a hold of that, take that information and use it to gain, their self as far as financial documents or just buy some stuff, credit card, whatever. So they use that. The way we do the hard drives and shredding it, there's no chance of getting any information off of the hard drive itself. As opposed to taking the hard drive, selling it in a pawn shop or selling it on eBay, your information's still on there. It's very vital that you get rid of that information.
And obviously there's software that can clean off hard drives, but I mean,
it's a hit or miss process. If you do a software on it, it's still going to look like a whole hard drive. That information is still on there. It's just jumbled up, and the right person in the right hands can take that information, put it back together. As opposed to the way we shred it, they can't do anything with it. It's gone.
Some companies use alarm monitoring for burglar alarms, things like that. Well, with these cameras now, you can set up to give you an alarm yourself and send it right to your phone. And give you an example. One Saturday evening, I was out of town and had an email come through that said there was motion detected in the rear of our building. And at that time of night, I was kind of concerned when I opened the email that had sent a snapshot, and it was a dog alarm back there. Well, if a burglar alarm had given a similar motion indication, the only option would have been for the alarm monitoring company to dispatch the police and call me in the middle of the night and try to go down there and meet them if I could. Of course, I was out of town. Even then, the dog would have been gone, and we would have never known. I would have been very fearful for what would possibly have breach of security in our building, when it turned out to be relatively benign. And so that's some ways you can almost do it yourself. And that's changing a whole lot with just the advent of smartphones and more bandwidth and cellular networks and the cameras and all this other kind of technology we're using.